Hello, welcome back to Sextras,
where we talk about sex and all the extras.
I'm Honey.
And I'm Maria.
Happy New Year, guys!
Welcome to 2023. I ruined it. Welcome to 2023.
Yeah, crazy.
I know. Like, the years are really, like, starting to speed up,
I know. We're, like, adults now. I feel like that's when you can tell, like, Christmas hasn't been feeling like Christmas, New Year's hasn't been feeling like New Year's. It's all just the same. So yeah. I think we're legit adults now.
Yeah, terrifying.
But anyway, we wanted to continue our little tradition of doing these New Year's episodes. We were just saying, like, it's kind of cute having one each year to listen back to.
Yeah.
Since we started the podcast, like last year when we were recording it, I listened to the one from the year before. We can hear our goals. And
even if we don't do that.
Yeah, we can kind of reflect on what we've learned about sex and relationships in the year, and also talk about the year ahead. We want to do like an ins and outs kind of list. I don't know how it's gonna go because it's very much just like what we think, as this basically whole podcast is, but I think it's kind of fun. So yeah, we're gonna get into it, and as always, if you want to share anything about what you've learned this year, or like, you know,
your
contribute
goals for the next year,
contribute to this like ins and outs list. Maybe we'll make like an Instagram post or like a TikTok or something with them, so you can send them all to our social media at Sextras Podcast, or you can go join our Patreon and watch this whole episode, and you should definitely go join our Patreon because this is our last ever episode in the studio.
This is the last episode in the studio, guys. It's so sad. Well, at least for a while.
Yeah, for a while. I mean,
I'm sure there'll be more.
There will be more. There are other episodes in the studio coming out after this episode because we've already recorded them. It's like, you know, backwards time. But you should definitely go join the Patreon so you can watch the whole video episode, and there's also like unreleased clips that don't make it to the actual episode on there. You get bonus content including like planning, voice memos, all of that lovely stuff, and it's only £3.50 a month, and you get to be part of the community and talk more to us about sex and relationships.
You know you're dying to.
100%. So yeah, we'll see you over on Patreon, but for now let's get into this little 2023 episode.
Maybe let's start with lessons learned, you know?
Okay. Well, firstly, it has officially been over a year since I last had sex. We've passed my year anniversary of celibacy. So that's great.
Good for you.
Yeah, it was a happy day. Big celebration. Yeah. So I feel like I've really learned a lot from that.
Mm-hmm.
But, okay, so I'm kind of like in two minds about it. I'm like not at all sad about it, which is like, honestly, if you had told me a year ago that I wasn't going to have sex for a year, I'd be like, why? Not that I was having so much sex before, but like, I don't know. I just feel like that's kind of a big thing, especially because we have this podcast. Like, I feel like a lot of my mixed feelings about it come from having this podcast and like telling people I have a sex and relationships podcast, and then, oh, I haven't had sex in like a year. And they're like, okay. And yeah, so I've kind of learned a lot about like people's perception of the podcast, and also like, because I think people just think, like, obviously they assume when you say that, like, oh, it's all about like just sex stories, but I don't really think that's what the podcast is, and that's like not what we want it to be. And I feel like the whole point of the podcast is to like encourage whatever kind of sex you want to be having, whether that's like no sex, lots of sex, whatever, you know, you understand where I'm going with that. So yeah, that's been kind of interesting. And then I also feel like, oh, I should be having sex, I should be going on all these dates because I need something to talk about on the podcast. But then I'm like, I actually don't really want to, so I should just honor what I want.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like it's been a year of like honoring what I want, but then also on the other side of that, I'm like very concerned that I'm not allowing myself to explore that side of myself, because like I know that I do enjoy sex, and I know that I do enjoy like dating and like meeting new people, and I'm kind of worried that I've like abandoned that side of myself. And like a lot of the reasons why I haven't had sex is because like I haven't had time to go on dates. I haven't had like the emotional capacity to go on dates. I feel like my mental health this year has been like kind of bad compared to other years. And I also feel like I haven't felt like very hot. So yeah, that's kind of concerning. And my libido has been like shockingly low, and I think it's like just because I've been stressed and stuff. So that's something I really want to work on in the new year, and like something about this whole celibacy thing that I'm like, maybe I should get back on that. But other than that, I feel like I've really learnt about like my boundaries a bit this year. A bit.
You really learnt about your boundaries a bit.
Yeah. Because like in theory, I feel like I've said like no to people that are like not respecting me, and like I've been on dates and like not slept with them, even though like I so easily could have like given up or like given into like people from like years ago messaging me being like, let's like meet up, and like pretending like they really care about me, and like I know that they just want to have sex, and like that's not what I want. Because yeah, I feel like the year before, like 2021 was like the year of learning like, okay, I should have I should have better standards, and like because I have herpes, like I can't be just sleeping with whoever's like not gonna respect like everything about me. And then this year of celibacy has been like, I'm not just gonna sleep with like whoever wants to have sex with me kind of thing. Like a little bit different to last year, but like yeah, anyway, so in theory that is the case, but we'll see what happens when I actually start having sex again, because you know I like to make questionable decisions, so I don't necessarily trust myself. But yeah, so that's what I've learned from my year of celibacy.
So you're like ready for it to be over, but you're like glad that it happened? Or like what?
No, I'm not like even ready for it to be over. Like I'm not like about to rush into like having sex. Like and I'm not, it's like really not like top on my list of things that I want to do. But it's like if it happens, it happens, But I also don't want to be complacent about it. So I think it's just finding that good like in between. Like I want to go on dates, and if I meet someone that is like the right person to sleep with, then it will be fine. But I don't know, because I don't want to put too much pressure on the situation,
Right.
But then I think I'm such a like all or nothing kind of person. Like I'm either like all the attention has to go to this, or like I haven't thought about this in weeks.
Like what do you actually want, I guess? As in like you want to go on dates, and like if you I guess like someone or want to sleep with them, like you'll do it, but you say you wouldn't do it with anyone. But is it more like you're looking for like sex or like a relationship?
I mean, no, not a relationship. The answer is never a relationship. But then, yeah, no.
But like
just
something
like
more serious?
Casual dating. Like maybe like a friends with benefits kind of thing. I feel like that would be perfect. Because I remember when I was like 19, I had so many friends with benefits, and that was like the perfect setup. You know?
Like a little rotisserie.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was so good.
That's the dream. Like I'd love to have like my little rotisserie of people. But like also not really, because then like none of them would give me enough attention, only a little bit, because I'd only give them a little bit.
Yeah, you need all the attention.
Yeah.
But I'm like very selective with my attention giving. Yeah, also what's been crazy this year is that I've been having so many crushes on people, and I think that comes from me not having sex, because I feel like I don't know what it is, but I've really been crushing, and it's so unlike me. Like I've never been a crusher in that way, really.
Yeah. Maybe it's because you've had like more space in a way to like crush on people, because you're not like actively seeing anyone.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
I think it's just like the excitement of it, like oh, they don't know, and then once they do, like maybe now I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
So you're into the secrecy.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, What
Okay.
about you?
I mean, I guess I feel like I've been on the same shit for so long, you know what I mean? Like, I've spoken about how I'm like in a long distance, short distance situation, relationship.
They're in a 4-year long situation.
But yeah, like, I don't know. Yeah, so I guess I've spent the year in London and my boyfriend's been in Paris, and yeah, I don't know, this year has felt like a bit of a like making decisions kind of shit, you know, like I'm kind of like trying to decide what I want to do, and I guess I did decide I'm moving to Paris like in 2 days. So I guess tomorrow when this comes out. But yeah, I mean, what have I learnt from being... I feel like I've learnt a lot, and I've valued a lot of parts of being in a long distance relationship. But I don't know, I guess like now that it's coming to an end, and like we're about to like fully move in together in like a tiny space, so it's going to be like almost an opposite relationship. Like, it's just going to be like really different, I think, because when I think back to just the whole year, the most we've seen each other over the past year and a half is like 10 days. So I don't know, like that kind of scares me, that transition, just because I don't know what it's going to look like. And I don't know, I feel like I've gotten so used to what it is now that I just don't even know what to expect. But like, I'm like nervous in like an excited way. Like, I'm so ready for this to be over. But as I said, like, I did value the time a lot. I feel like it gave me like space to do shit like by myself, and even in a long distance relationship, I feel like I'm like so bad at separating myself from my relationship, and like separating my life from my relationship in a way. And like a lot, you know, like revolve around the person. It's like really given me a chance to like find out like what I want to do, and ultimately like what brings me joy, and like be able to like do the podcast, and like have the job that I had, and like be able to see you a lot. And yeah, but I also am so ready to like be done with like the pressure of like, you know, the 2 days that we see each other. Like, then it's like, to me in my head, it's like I want to like juice out every second, because then it's like it feels so finite, you know. But then at the same time, I'm gonna like miss like how exciting it was, and like how much fun we had in those 2 days, because of that reason, because like, you know, you really have to like juice out every moment. But like, I guess I'm like ready to be done with like the disappointment of like when that doesn't that doesn't go to plan. I don't know, there's like a lot of like even the pros can be the cons, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think in long distance relationships. So yeah, I don't know, it's like I'm definitely ready for it to be over, but I'm like really glad that we did it, because I also feel like it shows like you really have to like commit and sacrifice stuff for a person. And like, I don't know, I just feel like it's made us like a lot stronger, and it makes me feel like a lot more confident about like moving into a tiny space in a new city that's like, that is not new to him but is new to me, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like we have like the communication and like the trust, and I feel like it's helped me gain a lot of trust in the relationship as well, just because like of what I'm like. And I feel like I don't trust like a lot of the time if someone's like, oh, I love you, or like I won't, like, you know, and I still struggle with that. But I feel like because of the sacrifices that have had to be made, and like the actual effort of like seeing each other and like making that time, I feel like it's really like taught me a lot about my relationship, and like about the person that I'm with, and made me trust that a lot more. But yeah, I think it's been a great time, and I'm ready for it to end. And I'm scared for it to end as well, but I'm mostly just scared because I'm like moving to a new place kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, I think I've really enjoyed 2022. I think like I've been trying to think about it as a whole, and I think I've had a great time. I mean, there's been like some hard times and some sad times, bad days, you know, like everyone has. But overall, I feel like I've like gained some perspective on like what I want to do and like feel excited about it. And yeah, I don't know, I feel like in a way every year is like getting better, so
that's good.
Yeah.
What about sex?
What about sex? I mean, I did anal again one time.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it again, so I feel like I've just reaffirmed. But you know, like try it twice, like now it's like a true like, reaffirm.
Tried and tested.
But I feel like I do a lot more butt stuff though.
Yeah, what?
Like, oh, this is so TMI.
Why do I not know about this?
I hate that my mum's gonna hear this, but like, yeah, like I feel like my asshole is involved a lot of the time.
Wow. What a way to put
Not
it.
like stuff isn't really being put in there, but like it does get touched.
Okay.
Not for him. Oh my god, maybe I'll do that this year.
Yeah.
That would be fun. I reckon we'll do that this year.
I feel like moving in
Don't want to
together.
put him on the spot. But yeah, and then hopefully this year we'll finally have our threesome. I've been talking about this since the podcast started.
I
feel
forgot that was even a thing that was gonna happen.
So we'll see about that threesome. But hopefully it will happen this year. That's the dream, really.
So that's your sex goal for the year?
Yeah, I think it's like 3rd year in a row. That's been my sex goal. But then also, yeah, and I think this was my goal as well, which I do think like I've done, you know, not as much, like I'm not at the place that I wanted to be, but like be more like communicative about sex and things like that, and things that I find like very like like the imposter syndrome that you were saying about like having a sex podcast. And like my boyfriend will literally say that to me, like when we're having conversations about it and I'm like getting all shy and embarrassed and like I really don't want to talk about it, and he's like, come on, like you literally talk about it to loads of people on the internet, why does it matter? But yeah, so I've been better at, that's like another goal, you know, keep improving that. But I feel like I've done that a bit as well.
I think I've like become a prude this year, low-key. Like I was talking to my friend about sex the other day and I was like, I'm so embarrassed.
Yeah, I feel like I get embarrassed about it a lot recently, and I don't know why.
Like I was like blushing. I've become such a blusher this year. Like I can't lie about anything because I'll just blush and it like gives it away. But yeah, no. I mean, also I wanted to say that I really want to sleep with women this year.
Yes, I fully support this.
For so long,
Honey's lesbianism 2023.
Pretty much, and I feel like my faith in men this year has really just like, who knew it could diminish even more, but like it really has. So like I just don't want to go anywhere near them. I changed my Hinge to only girls.
That'd be so cute if we both shagged a girl in 2023.
What, in your threesome?
Yeah. I want to shag a girl.
Yeah, same. I feel like it's been way too long. I feel like I'll just feel so much better about life if I do. And
leave
like,
men in 2022.
Yeah.
Men are out.
Men are out. Men are on our out list for 2022. 2023, sorry.
I mean...
yeah, and like every like dating experience I've had with a man for the last like 22 years. Yeah. Pretty much. Has really just left me like, what the fuck? I think I'm gonna become a political lesbian, if not just like a straight up lesbian, because I'm like this close to that right now. But I will, yeah, okay, so then I also have imposter syndrome about that, because I feel so like, I don't know, I feel like, what if they don't want to sleep with me because I haven't had sex with a girl in so long? Like, what if I don't know what I'm doing? Like,
yeah, but like think about it, there's people that don't even come out till our age. Like there's some people that didn't even know that. You know what I mean? And they have sex all the time. Yeah. Like I'm sure that it's really not that big of a deal. And like when you think about it being girls, like they're like, it's like less scary.
Yeah, it is. It's like, it's scary in a different way, but it's definitely less scary.
It's like more intimidating in a way.
Because girls are so cool, and like being rejected by a girl is like so much sadder than being rejected by a guy, because it's like, well, I just want to be your friend anyway if you don't want to date me. But like, what if they don't even want to be friends with you? So I feel like lesbians are really picky like about what kind of girls they're into. So yeah, I've been really struggling with like girls only Hinge, because with men, they're like so fucking thirsty all the time that you just get so many likes. But with girls, I don't get so many likes. And then I feel like, oh, I should just change it back to men because I want the validation, even though I'm not going to go on any dates with them. I just want to see all the likes in my Hinge profile. So yeah, dating apps are out as well.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I announced this before the episode. I think we all just need to collectively decide to delete our dating. Like, I don't know anyone who's having a good time on dating apps right now.
Okay, but then what do you think is in? Like, if not dating apps, then what? Like, how are people going to meet? Because do you not think that people still mostly meet on dating apps, or no? Do you think people mostly meet, like, maybe through, like, friends of friends kind of vibe?
Yeah, friends of friends. And I think we should just bring it back, like, you know how, like vintage shit always comes back? Like, camcorders and, like, record players and like cassette tapes and stuff. Let's bring back like retro dating, like setting up people on dates, blind dating, and like we could do it so much better now. Like, okay, not Thursday, because Thursday is low-key like grimy as fuck, but sorry, still sponsor us Thursday.
Take it back.
Yeah, I just think we could do it so much better, and everyone wants an excuse to like get dressed up and go out. I feel like going out has become like, and not just in my own personal life, but like I feel like going out has become more of a thing this year because of like COVID not being so big of a concern.
Mm-hmm.
So like we're on the rise with going out. People are looking for different ways to go out. Like, people don't want to go out drinking all the time. I talk to so many people who are like, I wish there were more ways to socialise that didn't involve drinking. Dating is the perfect one. You could go on sober dates. You could go on like little activity dates. I know people have been doing this anyway, but I think that we can make it a thing.
Okay.
I think that's in for 2023. And I think so many more people would want to date. Like, okay, so genuinely everyone that I talk to about dating apps is like, all the people that are suggested to them are just like, end up being really shit and like grimy. They are quite just like a grimy place anyway. I always feel bad about myself when I go on dating apps because not only are you being judged, but you're judging other people, and it's like not nice to judge other people in such a condensed form all the time. And I don't think it's natural for us to see so many people in front of us all the time. In the same way that I don't think it's natural for us to like be talking about our sex and dating lives and getting imposter syndrome this much all the time. You know, like it should be more of just like just a natural thing. And I think dating apps are kind of like ruining it for everyone. I think everyone's just sick of it, and I think this year could be the year that they go out.
Yeah, I see that, to be fair. I feel like everyone complains about them, but at the same time I feel like then that means that people have to be a lot more like outward and like active about like hitting on people and then that kind of stuff, and I just don't see that happening either. So I feel like even though everyone hates them and complains about them, I feel like it's like the easiest still, and like people,
I guess now might also not be the best time because of like the whole cost of living crisis. Like, people don't have money to go on dates. I was thinking about this.
But then
like,
that's
I
why,
think
like,
dating is such a luxury. I went on one date during this term and it cost me like 25 quid. And I do not have that money to spare, like ever. I only have money to like spend on food and shit because I'm doing a master's, and like I don't have, and it was like, I don't want to see this person again. Why did I just spend £25 to go on meet a stranger in King's Cross? Sorry if you're listening to this.
Yeah, but maybe that's also why we should be more creative with our dates, you know?
Yeah, like I think people don't want this like curated like approach to their lives, and I think dating apps are very much encouraging that behavior. And I think we are all just collectively ready, so we just need to do something about it. I'm gonna start the dating app revolution. Do you have anything else you want to see happen in 2023 in terms of sex and relationships, or like you want to happen personally in your life? What about like friendship?
Yeah, I wanna be more active in like making friends. Definitely, that's like a big priority of my year. And like saying more like yes to things.
Wow. The enthusiasm.
I know. The thing is, I'm not that excited about it, but like I do want to like say yes to more things because I feel like I want to like be excited about shit again, you know?
I feel like the more you do it, the easier it gets.
Exactly. So I do want to be more like on it, but what I do think is going to be like more of a thing is like open relationships and shit. I think that's like becoming more and more of a thing.
Really?
Every year.
I kind of think that they're not. I kind of think there's like a backlash now. There's like all this like agreement collectively that like polyamory and like non-binary-ness and stuff has like, I think obviously it's like, so it's obviously, I don't need to tell you this, but it's obviously great that like people are realizing there are different ways of like living like their gender and sexuality and whatever. But then like, because obviously that conversation is being had more, people are recognizing how that can become like toxic. Like even when we were talking to like Rachel, you know, like about how non-monogamous relationships can be really toxic and stuff. But I've been seeing so much backlash recently about like non-monogamy and like that kind of thing. And,
yeah,
like,
I've been
relationships.
Yeah, no, true. I've been seeing like backlash about like how like open relationship isn't gonna solve your relationship and how loads of people are doing it.
Yeah.
But I still kind of think that it would be like more prevalent that there are open relationships.
Yeah, I'd love to do another episode about open relationships and just like the different forms they can take. Because we did that one with Rachel about toxic open relationships. But I'd love to hear just like people's experience of like a positive experience and also like different forms. And what if you try it and then it doesn't work out and then you like go back to being monogamous? Because like I really don't think that it is for everyone.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And like I think the trend of non-monogamy is great. Like the fact that we're talking about it more is great because it gives people the option. But then I also think there is like a certain element of pressure to like jump on the bandwagon and like try it out and like, oh, this will fix our problems. But it really won't for a lot of people. I think a lot of people are just not made for that, and that's like so valid.
Yeah, I 100% agree. But because people will be like, are more like willing to try it now and whatever, I do think it will work for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh, I never like thought about doing this, you know, kind of vibe.
Yeah, just like how to communicate better if that's what you want to do. Maybe we could talk about that. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. What else is going to be in for 2023? I think getting engaged is going to be in. But
really?
Like, big
I don't.
proposals. But I also think more people are going to elope. Yeah, that's also one I want to do an episode on, is like Gen Z's like attitude towards getting married. I think everyone just thinks the same way that I do, but no one I talk to agrees with me.
Yeah, I mean, we disagree.
Yeah, we disagree. Yeah, because I'm like, oh, people in Gen Z don't want to get married, but everyone fucking does want to get married. You freaks. Anything else? In or out? Drunk texting your ex or like anyone. I think that's gonna be out because like not as many people are drinking. Just thinking practically here.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna be out, to be honest. I don't know. I think like a lot less committal shit is gonna be like on the rise to me.
Yeah. I think like sex parties are gonna be massive in 2023. Genuinely.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I.
You know,
I don't know if I have if I have an opinion on sex parties and their frequency in the next year.
Fair enough.
I hope I have more sex next year. I definitely will. So.
Yeah. I mean,
that's kind of
it can only go up for me.
Yeah, that's good.
Anything else?
I do think like more creative dates, things like that, like non-drinking dates. I agree with that for sure.
Divorce.
Doesn't it always keep going up?
Yeah.
Like...
Hot take, guys. People are gonna get divorced in 2023. But yeah, did you see that study about like women are just getting sick of men's bullshit? I mean, not that that's anything new, but like there's statistics now to prove it.
Yeah, I see that.
Anyway. On that note, Happy New Year, guys.
Yeah, and look out for our upcoming mini-series for the year. We're going to do one about pleasure and desire. I think that's what's coming up next, and we have some really cool guests that are coming on to that, so definitely check it out. And then I think we've got some other ones coming out. None of them are like official, but I think we want to do one about
periods.
Periods and hormones and all of that, and about like LGBT, like more queer shit. So yeah, and if you guys have any ideas, definitely let us know. You can find us at Sextras Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and most importantly our Patreon. If you want to go support us there, you can see all our video content and some like special like unedited scenes, as well as like other bonus content. Get some stickers for free, well, if you sign up, and obviously keep up to date with everything that's going on and have like more of a like
dialogue,
two-way relationship and dialogue, exactly, and like join the community and support us. And yeah, we're like very excited for what's going to come in 2023, and we hope that you guys will be along for the journey with us.
Yeah, maybe we'll even do another anniversary event.
Yeah.
3 years. It's also going to be like our 100th episode, so there'll be celebrations happening and you guys should be a part of it. So yeah, go find us everywhere Maria just said, and we will see you very, very soon.
Bye.
You've been listening to Sextras, presented by Honey Jane Wyatt and Maria Jose Hayodatiyi, produced by Mabel Productions.